4 modern games, 1 classic inspiration. Which of these indie gems is the true successor of the king of arcade drifting? Welcome back to episode 2 of FourScore. This time we're doing things slightly differently. Instead of simply reviewing 4 games, we have a specific mission. Which retro-inspired racer best captures the spirit of classic Ridge Racer? Drifting is the heart of this challenge. It's what made Ridge Racer feel so unique. I'll be judging these 4 games on how that drift feels, their visual style, and, of course, the energy of the soundtrack. I'll be using my wood to gold ranking system, but remember, if a game gets a lower rank, it doesn't mean it's bad, it just means it might not be the Ridge Racer successor that we're looking for. Honestly, all 4 games are fantastic. Let's jump in. First up is Parking Garage Rally Circuit. This game perfectly recreates that old school arcade look, even letting you choose presets to mimic a PS1, Sega Saturn, or even a modern handheld. While the CRT effects are a lovely nostalgic touch, I actually found myself sticking to the highest settings. In a game this fast, you really need to see those corners as clearly as possible. Unlike a traditional racer, this is a time trial game. You aren't rubbing shoulders with a pack of cars, instead you're racing against ghosts for bronze, silver and gold times. The drift mechanic is the star here. It's essential for finding the fastest line and earning boost. You'll be drifting into almost every corner, but be careful. If you carry too much speed, you might overshoot the next gate. You actually have to use the brakes occasionally. The absolute highlight though is the soundtrack. It's full of original ska music that fits the energy perfectly. It'll have you dancing on your sofa. While the main game can be beaten in a few hours, going for gold in all 3 car classes adds significant longevity. Plus the European Tour DLC doubles the content with 8 more circuits and 8 more brilliant ska tunes. But back to our mission. Is this the spiritual successor to Ridge Racer? Not quite. The vibe is spot on, but the gameplay loop is a different beast entirely. It's a brilliant game, but the search continues. While Parking Garage nails the arcade feel, it uses a fairly conventional drift mechanic. To find a true successor, we might need something a bit more revolutionary. This next game completely reinvents how we steer, moving the drift from a single button to an entire dedicated thumbstick. Inertial Drift captures the energy of 90s racing anime like Initial D and brings it into the modern era. Its cel-shaded art style and neon palette look stunning, and if you're a fan of Ridge Racer Type 4, you'll feel right at home with a soundtrack packed with lo-fi beats. The story mode also takes inspiration from R4, offering multiple narratives with increasing difficulty. The controls, however, are unlike anything else. Your left stick steers as usual, but the right stick controls your drift. Mastering this balance is essential. As you progress from the light starting cars to the heavy, powerful beasts, you'll need a complete rethink of your strategy. Admittedly, this twin-stick system has a learning curve. It's like trying to pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time. Eventually, it just clicks and feels incredibly rewarding. But does it capture the Ridge Racer spirit? Many of the ingredients are here, but Inertial Drift feels a bit too technical to be a true successor. Its depth will thrill hardcore fans, but it might leave those looking for a pure arcade experience in the dust. So, if Parking Garage is a 90s bop and Inertial Drift is a lo-fi chill session, Victory Heat Rally is a full-blown warehouse rave. It's loud, vibrant, and designed to get your pulse racing at 100 miles per hour. This feels like a collision between Mario Kart and the Sega classic Power Drift. The Mario Kart influence is all in the handling. You hold the right trigger to drift and charge up a boost for the exit, but there are no turtle shells here. This is pure skill-based racing. The Power Drift comparison shines through in the visuals. Colourful pixel art and tracks that feel like roller coasters. The campaign mode, introduced by buxom Sally McRally, features circuit races and point-to-point rally stages with a navigator calling out your turns. While the first league eases you in, be prepared for a steep jump and challenge later on. Those grey drone cars have a frustrating habit of getting in your way, and a single collision can drop you from first to third. It's punishing, but once you master the rhythm, the payoff is incredibly satisfying. The soundtrack occasionally echoes the moody industrial techno of Ridge Racer, but the gameplay is its own beast. It's an incredible arcade experience, but it's still not quite the successor that we're hunting for today. So let's trade in the pixels for polygons. Our final game comes from the veterans at Sumo Digital, a studio that built its reputation on impossible ports like Outrun 2 and Toka Race Driver. They've delivered an original take that harks back to the golden era, the moment racing transitioned into the 3D worlds of virtual racing, and of course, the mighty Ridge Racer. One look at hotshot racing in motion tells you that they have absolutely nailed the aesthetics. The low poly style looks stunning in full HD, and the track designs, from sun-drenched seasides to vibrant funfairs, are top tier. Even the chunky, ugly character models are a perfect nod to the era, even if the characters themselves are a bit cringy. But how does it play? In short, incredibly well. We have finally completed our mission. The drifting here feels remarkably familiar. You jab the brakes to turn in, apply the throttle to carry the slide, and release to straighten up. It's intuitive, responsive, and exactly what I've been looking for. It's also the only title today to feature genuine pack racing against physical opponents. Nailing those drifts fill up your boost meter, but you'll have to be strategic. The rubber banding is aggressive, so it's often best to bank your boosts for the final lap. In a brilliant nod to the past, it even brings back the countdown timer. There's nothing quite like that heart-in-mouth moment where the timer hits 0 and you're desperately coasting on momentum towards the checkpoint. It's a classic arcade mechanic that modern games have sadly abandoned, and it's wonderful to see it here. To top it all off, the soundtrack features work from a friend of the channel, Jason Heine, providing a pounding big beat pulse that keeps the energy high and the action exciting. This isn't just a great game, it's the spiritual successor that we've been hunting for. Now that we've explored all 4 titles, it's time to head to the leaderboard and hand out the trophies. Remember, every game here is fantastic, but only one can be crowned the true heir to the Drift King's throne. Here is how they stack up for our Ridge Racer mission. The Wood Trophy, the Parking Garage Rally Circuit. It captures the retro aesthetic perfectly and the Scar soundtrack is a total joy, but the time trial Ghost Racing focus make it a completely different beast to the Ridge Racer formula. It's a brilliant game, but not our successor. The Bronze Trophy, Victory Heat Rally. With its vibrant pixels and high-energy warehouse rave vibe, it's a masterclass in arcade fun. It nails the spirit of the arcade, but the Mario Kart style handling and the superscalar aesthetics make it a closer fit with Power Drift than Ridge Racer. The Silver Trophy, Inertial Drift. This was a tough one. In terms of style, mood, and that incredible lo-fi soundtrack, it's almost a perfect match for Ridge Racer Type 4. However, the twin-stick drifting is just a bit too technical for that pick-up-and-play arcade simplicity we've been looking for. The Gold Trophy, Hotshot Racing. This is the one. From the low-poly look and the jab-the-brakes drift mechanic to the return of the dreaded countdown timer, Hotshot Racing is the spiritual successor I've been waiting for. If you've been missing that classic Namco magic, this is your new king of the road. So that's my take on the retro-inspired arcade racing scene. But I want to hear from you. Which of these 4 would you crown as the true successor to Ridge Racer? Or is there a hidden gem I've missed that deserves the spot on the leaderboard? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this episode of FourScore, please do hit that like button and subscribe to Why You Should Play for more deep dives into the games that you need to be playing. Until next time, keep drifting, watch that timer, and I'll see you on the next one.